feelings, and it's often a very, very positive thing. Often depicts culmination, so something coming to a head, and release and endings of something. So there has to be, to have, it's great when there's endings because we've got beginnings coming. Now, this moon is a great time for manifesting. It's a great time for setting those intentions for change if that's what you desire. So if you're looking for a new job, it's a perfect time for that. I'm not saying walk out in a job, for goodness sake, don't be silly, but if you want a new job, start setting that intention for that change. Write out what job you want, write out, be specific, write out how much you want, you know, and go for it. You know, this is a great time for you to let go of beliefs that are outdated for you, things that are not serving you for your highest good, you know, and bringing love into alignment, bringing attraction, renewal. There's so much potential with this new moon. It's almost like I want you to grab it with both hands and go for it. Now, I asked Spirit what to talk about this week, and they asked me to speak to you about courage, about being brave. And you're going to think, well, what's that got to do with what we're talking about, Wendy? Well, it actually takes courage for change. We all think that we won't change and we desire change because the situation's not working. We're not maybe happy in our work, or we're maybe not happy in a relationship, or, you know, we want more money coming in. But it takes a lot of courage to actually go forward and do something about it, because we get stuck with what we know, and what we know is safe. So that's kind of why we stay where we are. It's like, well, I hate my job, I don't like my job yet, but I know it, and I know that I get paid at the end of the month. So I'm going to stick with that, but it's making me really miserable because I don't have the confidence in myself to go forward and apply for those jobs in case I get them. I'll tell you one thing now, probably one of the hardest things I did was actually say yes when I got asked to do this radio station, because it's so easy to say no to opportunity, but it's so hard, and it takes courage and confidence to say yes. And I can assure you, I was sitting here tonight before the show thinking, oh my God, what am I going to talk about? Oh my God, I hope people like me. I hope they like what I've got to say. It's a hard thing to do. So if I can do this, guys, you can do anything. So great time for manifesting. Start manifesting what you want, yeah, but don't focus on the lack. You need to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And it's human nature, again, to focus on what you don't want. So it's like, oh, I don't have any money, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have that. So you're focusing on the lack, yeah, rather than focusing on the what you want. So if you want to bring in money, visualize money coming in, visualize money coming through your door, make yourself little pounds and stick them, or dollars, or whatever your currency is, and bring them in, put them in your purse. Another great stone for that is citrine. So citrine is an abundance bringer, a wealth bringer, a money bringer. So put a bit of citrine in your purse and that'll bring money in. And your purse will never be empty while there's a piece of citrine in it. So focusing on what makes you happy, what you want to bring in, not what you don't want. So it's time to be brave, and it's time to embrace change. And Brené Brown, she talks about the power of vulnerability. There's actually a very good, I believe it was one of her televised events that's on Netflix, so you can watch it on Netflix. She's also got a great book called Daring Greatly, and this is all about the power of vulnerability. Guys, if you want change, nobody's going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. I mean, I get people coming to me for readings, obviously all the time, and some people expect me to wave a magic wand and make it all better for them. I can only give you tools. I can give you tools to help you make that change, to make that positive change, to empower you, but I can't make you use them. And only you can use them. So you need to start believing in yourself. And just literally, I've got my cards in my hands, but literally just before this, I was shuffling the cards, and a couple of cards jumped out. So this one jumped out. I don't know if you can see it. It's the Star. And to me, the Star's about discovery. It's about discovering yourself. And it's about wishing on the Star. So it's like there's these wishes coming true. This new moon is so positive. It's got such a wonderful energy. Honestly, embrace it. Go for it. If you're feeling stuck, you're feeling negative, feeling ungrounded, take yourself out for a walk. Go for a walk, like in the countryside. Take yourself down the coast. As I say, get yourself some hematite, some tourmaline, and try and dissipate some of that negativity and focus on the positives. Okay, because alongside the Star, we've got the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is about fulfillment. It's about nurturing. It's about nurturing yourself. It's about trusting yourself, trusting in your intuition, and knowing that you are strong and knowing that you can do this. Okay, so you have this innate ability to be able to make that change. You just need to start believing in yourself. Okay, but in order to do so, you need to let go of things that's not working for you. So if your job's not working, it's time for you to start thinking about making that change to find something that works for you. And I say to my clients, I say, if you could do anything, what would you do? What makes your heart sing? Do something that you love doing. And then sit and meditate on it and manifest it and visualize it, because energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. Remember that. It's really, really important, because what you feel is real. So I said to Spirit, I said, is this the time? Is this the time to begin to make these changes, to manifest things? And these cards jumped out my deck. If you believe it will work for you. And yes, this is the perfect time for manifesting. This is a perfect time for manifesting. So, everybody's struggling at the minute, and everybody's putting these wonderful false faces on for the world so that nobody sees that you're struggling. So do me a favour. When I was thinking today about what I was going to talk about, and I said to Spirit, I went for a walk with the dog, and I said, what should we talk about tonight? And they said to me about being brave, as I mentioned. And I bumped into a lady who had recently had her leg amputated. And we had a chat about being brave and being vulnerable. And it takes courage. I mean, recently I was very, very ill. I nearly died, and I was in and out intensive care and in and out of hospital for months, and I'm still recovering. And believe you me, sometimes it takes a lot of strength just to get out of bed in the morning. So when you're out and about and you see somebody, give them a smile, because you never know how much that smile can make the day, and how much your smile can give somebody just that little bit of strength. So I'm just going to ask for another card just before we go. If you want a reading with me, you will find me at divineintuition.co.uk. You can find me on Facebook, Wendy McCallum Medium, and you can get in touch with me through A1R Psychic Radio. But the yes card's back at. So it's definitely time for change. Go get them, manifest it. And I'll look at that bottom of the deck. Can't make this up. Abundance. Bring in that abundance. It is time. Trust, believe, and receive. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to speaking to you all next week. Take care. God bless.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio. Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Medicine for Your Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste. Hello, everybody, from the start of June. Wishing you all the best from my humble heart. We've got some big things coming up in the next couple of months energetically on the planet. So one of the big messages that's been coming through for me in the last few days is that June is a really good month where we need to center our daily actions maybe on connecting back into the earth. It feels like it's a month where we need to be really grounded. The energies are going to be chaotic globally and around us. So staying grounded, staying in your body this month is really, really important. So keeping your feet with awareness as you're walking on the planet, really feeling that, feeling life, looking at nature around you, taking moments through the day to really appreciate what the earth is giving us all the time. It's never ending what the earth is giving us. Unfortunately, humanity over time has taken a hell of a lot from the earth. We don't really give much back. But the idea of appreciation and gratitude through the month of June as we connect more into the earth and more into our bodies is a really beautiful way of staying solid in yourself and staying stable while all the crazy starts to happen. So that's a big overview for June. And we have this beautiful full moon this weekend. So it's a really good time to look at whatever has been disturbing you, been troubling you, been burdensome in the last, month or so, and really connect to it. I like to write things down of what I want to release at all these full moons. And I start my page with, I graciously, gratefully, and lovingly choose to let go of and find release from. And then I list the things. And at the end of, when I've finished writing, across the page, I write the words, and so it is. And then I fold it up, place it on my heart with my hands, grateful for the lessons that I've had, grateful for the teachings that have come through, grateful for the awarenesses that these troubles, issues, or challenges have gifted me. And then I burn it. And then the next day I scatter the ashes in my garden or on a pot plant, and it's just done. There's a great sense of lightness. So we are halfway through the year, just in that month of halfway through the year. I would suggest, if you don't ever do anything around conscious release, do it this time. Do it on this weekend. And just feel the lightness that rises in you when you actually put it down on paper. What happens with a lot of us from that energetic perspective is our mind, our mental body has so many thoughts running around all the time. And everything that's in our mind is as important as everything else. So whether you've got to pay a bill or whether you've got to take your dog for a walk, when they're in your head, they're all the same. They're energetic sensations and energetic impulses. So they're going all the time. So when we pick up a pen and a bit of paper and we start to write down things, what we're doing is we are bringing an energetic sensation into physicality. And when we can see it written down, it's out of our mind. It's out. So what you do with that then is you've either got things, ideas, inspirations, imaginations that you want to bring to life. You've just brought them into the time or the physicality to start manifesting and creating. Or if you're in the process of release, you're writing the things down so they're out. You've released them from your mind. You're creating space. Every time we create space and let something go, something better has the opportunity to pop in. Something better, higher, more aligned with where we're at has the opportunity to show itself. So there is a lot this month. And we also have around about the 21st of June, we have the solstice energy. In the Northern Hemisphere, it is the summer solstice. It's the longest daylight hours for the year and the shortest night. In the Southern Hemisphere, where I'm from, it's the shortest day and the longest night. And the whole thing is about our ancestors and how they honoured the cycles of life. These solstices and the equinoxes are reference points in the Earth's dance around the sun that give us moments and opportunities to reassess, reset, realign with where we're at and where we're going. I call them universal gifts, beautiful universal gifts that are there for us to really drop into ourselves and pause and look deeply, reset. So we have that coming up in June, and I always find it's a beautiful celebration, whether you join with groups of people, whether you have a feast at home, whether you just sit and contemplate your life and really, celebrate and have gratitude. These are really important times. So my advice or my blessings and my intentions for you, anyone who's listening, is take this month to be in your body, ground into your body and ground into the earth. Be stable. So I've got a caller. Was it Julie from Florida?
Yes.
Jolie from Florida.
Yes.
Hi,
yes.
How can I help?
Hi, I talked to you before a while back. I'm just curious if you can tell. My fiance has passed 4 years ago. I'm just wondering if he's still around me and if you can hear me.
Bit muffled. Are you on loudspeaker? Because it's very muffled. I can't. It's not quite clear.
No,
You're asking me.
I'm not. I'm on cell phone.
Can you just repeat that, please?
I lost my fiance over 4 years ago, come June 4th, and I was wondering if he's still around and if he can still hear me when I talk to him.
Okay, so you're wanting some mediumship. So I don't do mediumship, but I will tell you that all our loved ones, the ones that we have shared life and experiences with, feelings and heart connections, and shared ourselves with, we're always connected to them, always, through all of time. Our souls come together for a human experience. And we're still connected even though we're not here physically. The little things that you'll be experiencing in your life, you might be, walking through your home and something's there and you'll have a memory of something that he said or something that you experienced together. That's a sense of presence. So your connection.
So I can feel things too. So yes, I can understand what you said.
Yes. So we never really lose them. We just lose the physical. Well, I'm going to sound pretty blunt here, but we lose the physical meat suit. That's all we lose. The physical part of us goes. But the energy is always there. So I'm just going to put it this way. All the ancients, all the ancestors, and many, many Indigenous cultures across the planet all say that the universe exists within all of us. And I believe that's true. So if the universe exists within all of us, that means we can connect to everything in the universe. So that means we can stay connected to loved ones. We can bridge that physical barrier through, we can talk to them, we can feel them, we can share things with them, we can be having thoughts of them and giggle and have that sense of heart opening. So they're always around. They're always around. And sometimes you've just got to sit and say, I really would love some level of a sign or some level of interaction or something to know that you're here. Even though my soul knows you're with me and we're connected eternally, my physical self is missing your physical self. So can you give me a sign that you are still with me? I feel, for me, talking with you, the feeling I'm getting around you is that person is there. And for some reason, I don't know why, I just get this sense, I keep hearing, I've got your back, I've got your back, I've got your back, I've got your back. So I don't know whether this person was very supportive. I don't know whether this person was always sort of, believing in you or trying to get you to move forward. I'm not quite sure, but what I get this very strong sense of, I feel pressure on my back, is I've got your back. So those moments when you are with yourself and you want to connect, just go there, breathe in, bring that vision or that image of that beautiful, loving person into your awareness and commune with them from your heart. You might be surprised what answers come through or what comes back or what level of interaction is there for you. Are you there?
I've always felt something around me, but sometimes I don't feel it. Can I understand what you're saying?
You're sensing there's something around you, so you are feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
So just taking those moments, just sit down quietly. And you know what? This is something a friend of mine did. I'll share this with you very quickly. What she did when she lost her partner, what she used to do is every day she would set up a certain time through the day, and she set the intention that this is the time of the day where we're going to communicate. And she'd make herself a cup of tea and she would sit down at this particular time and she would be there ready. And she would just talk as if this person was with her. And she said she started to feel the interaction very, very strongly. So she proactively created a scenario for herself to be in that space. And she felt it. She does it every single day. She's way more at peace.
I also write to him, which has helped a lot for me. I also write to him. And has helped tremendously too.
So I hope that was helpful, Jolie.
Yes, it was. Thank you. Bye.
Do that. Blessings, lovely. So as I come to the end of my little time here, I just want to let you all know that you are your own medicine. You have all the answers. You have everything you need. You have the solutions. You are the medicine for your own spirit. If you're interested in what I do, because there's a lot of things I do, please visit my website, rayleneburn.com. I will be talking probably next time about the soul overviews that I offer. They are quite really beautiful and a lot of guidance in there for you month by month. But blessings, everyone. Thank you. All the best for June. I will see you next week at Medicine for Your Spirit.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Vermont's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyonsBrilliance.wixsite.com/Perry Lyons. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi. Hello, my cherished ducklings. I'm Perry Lyons, New York City Celebrity Psychic, and you're you, and both of those are good things to be. I'm so happy to be here with you and looking so forward to having you call in, and I will answer your questions. I'm talking about questions of the heart, questions about, your life, your future. If you want me to answer questions about geography, calculus, or pretty much any music after the 1940s, that's not going to work. But questions about your deepest secrets, your deepest wishes, your desires, all of that I'm here for, that I'm good at. Okay, so we're going to do two things. First, we're going to talk a little about UFOs, not in a crazy way. Boy, this is a bright lipstick. I knew that alien who told me to wear that. Wait a minute. Hold on. An alien did not tell me to wear this lipstick. It was my choice. And then we're going to do the 3-card tarot psychic weather for the week, as we do every week. And I always make the same joke, which is it's just like regular weather, except less damaging for crops. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to quickly tell you my UFO story. Stop me if you've heard this, which you can't because you're on the other end of the line. And anyway, so get ready to call in with your questions. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but recently on a perfectly legitimate, I think it was a CBS affiliate news program in Las Vegas, it was reported that a perfectly normal family in Las Vegas, and they do exist. I have a cousin who lives there, and possibly the only non-drunk people in Las Vegas, aside from my cousin, called the police and in a completely reasonable, non-drunk, slightly mystified tone of voice said, something seems to have just crash landed in our backyard, and now there are a couple of 10-foot beings coming towards us. Help? The cops were like, oh, sure. The guy was like, no, really, listen to my voice. I am sober. I am sane. Help. So the cops went over. And what's really strange is the cops were like, whoa, there seems to be some sort of crash landed thing and some 10-foot high people. And then they said to their body cams, we can't record any of this because it's on private property. And I'm like, what? Have you ever heard? Like all the true crime we watch, I had to stop watching it because I was losing my faith in human nature. But have you ever heard anybody say that? Like, it sounds like I'm not a cover-up kind of person. But that sounded a bit like a cover-up to me. And then around the same time, this whistleblower came out, government whistleblower, who the Inspector General of the United States said was a very credible source. And he said, I think it's probably time we tell you guys there are like 12 alien vehicles that the government has. I'm not a UFO person. It's not my jam. But I thought that was kind of interesting. So even though UFOs are not my jam, my jam is strawberry. That was a dumb joke. I can't believe I made it. Just pretend I didn't say that. Okay, thank you. Here's my story. I was about 17. And when I lived in Greenwich Village, New York, and I used to jog around Washington Square Park for exercise. I remember that. At the time I was modeling and, very into health and all that stuff. So I'm jogging around Washington Square Park, and I would usually jog in the evening. Like, I don't know why. Like around 6 or 7. And it was a Saturday night, and the Village is a very touristy, very popular place to go in New York. So there were tons of people out, and I'm jogging, and there, above the north side of Washington Square Park, above the NYU building, oddly, in which my mother was working, although not at that moment. Hi, Kim and Monmouth Beef. Cool, New Jersey, rock on. Speaking of, my mom was a Jersey girl. Okay, if you can hold on a few seconds, I just want to finish this story and draw a couple of cards. While you're waiting, I'd like you to take deep breaths in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth like this, like you're blowing out a birthday candle, and think about your question. So anyway, here's the rest of my story. Ready? I know you are. Anyway, right above this NYU building, this thing appeared that was like a UFO, like out of a movie. I mean, it had revolving multicolored lights around its base. It had like a dome. That's the international signal for dome that was lit up. And it was moving in a way that was physically impossible for anything man-made to move, in that it was going like, whoop, and it would go up like 300 feet in a second, and then move sideways, and then move 200 feet down, and then go sideways. For kind of random. I mean, maybe the driver had been drinking or something, but it was not of this earth. So I stopped, and I pointed, and I said, "Hey, everybody, it's a UFO." Not one person looked up. They were like, "You're high." I'm like, "I'm not high. I'm jogging. I don't do that anyway." Like, and who jogs? I'm wearing Adidas. I don't know why I said that, but I actually did say that. But it was in the 90s, so you gotta forgive me. Anyway, so nobody looked up. So went home, and I called the police, and in my very reasonable, sort of theater-trained voice, I said, "Hello, I just saw a UFO above Washington Square Park." And they're like, "Lady, you're crazy and high." I'm like, "But I'm wearing Adidas." And they hung up on me. I called back because that's just the kind of pushy broad I am, and said, "Has anybody else called in about this?" And they're like, "Please leave us alone. We're trying to chase criminals here." And then, so I let it be. 4 years later, in the section of the New York Times called the Metropolitan Diary, where regular people just write in their little New York-related stories, somebody wrote in and said, 4 years ago, I lived right near Washington Square Park, and this is what I saw. And they described what I saw. And they said, "I just wanted to know if anybody else saw this. I haven't mentioned it to anybody for 4 years." But they described what I saw, and I just, it felt like vindication to me. I wrote back in, but they didn't publish it. And so that was that. So not a classic anecdote in that sense, but it was a UFO. And oddly, I've now met a ton of really normal people who've also seen UFOs. So who knows? If listen, if Jupiter has good beaches and no politics, I'm there. I'm just there. So I'm going to start packing. Anyway, so now we're going to get to my lovely Jersey girl in a second. Monmouth Beach, which is a lovely place to be from or be in. I'm going to quickly grab 3 tarot cards out of my bag of like 1,000 tarot cards. Not kidding. And this is going to be the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week. Are you ready? Because this is always weirdly accurate. Don't ask me why. The beginning of the week starting like right today. Ready? You're going to get to see the top of my head because the bag is too big to put on my lap. It just is. 1 second. All right, what are we grabbing here? Okay. Oh, nice. We like that. Okay, Queen of Cups. This card is for the beginning of the week. So if you are a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio woman or identify as female, this is for you. It means that you're going to start the week in a very sort of self-expressed way. As Pisces woman, I can tell you that for me, self-expressed is lying in bed listening to audiobooks and trying to teach ancient Greek to my parakeets. That might not be you, but it means you'll be getting positive attention. If that's not your sign, it often means it's a sign of it's a loving wife and mother card. So you might be going to go see your mom and give her a big hug for me. It can also be a woman in your vicinity who's loving, intuitive, helpful, and care. Wait, that's me. Okay, hold on. So you're starting this week out with me. But seriously, you're starting this week out by either getting positive attention, if you're Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or play one on TV, or probably going to be spending some time with your mom. Or there might be an influential, like sort of intuitive, caring woman helping you along the first part of the week. Whee! Okay, that was a very good throw. Oh, I love this card. Man, we're getting good cards this week. Okay. I hope this is accurate for you, because personally I just re-entered the dating field and I'm like, help. So let's hope this is for me too. This card of the Two of Cups, you'll notice that the two people are exchanging golden cups. They're equal height, which means they're equals. They have what you recognize as sort of the medical thing that you see on prescription pads and stuff. It's called an Asclepius. It's a symbol, ancient Greek symbol meaning healing. And there's something hovering in the back, which is Archangel Michael. Not him, it's a representation of him. He's the Archangel of Healing. So this is two people who come together as equals. So they're friends. There might be somebody you started out as just knowing as a friend. But as people coming in a love relationship, which this might be somebody you've known for a long time who suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I just realized I have feelings for him, her, other. And you'll notice that they're exchanging golden cups in a way that encompasses, it covers the chakra for telling the truth, for love, for self-expression, and for happy physical attraction, put it that way. So looks like you might meet somebody this week, or you might, because I was just feeling a friendship might catch fire, figuratively. Almost done. Hang in there, my Jersey girl. Oh my gosh, these are the best cards ever. I never picked these beforehand. So at the end of the week, a situation that you did not expect to go well. By the way, I need a manicure, so don't look at my nails. Thank you. It's going to not only go well, it's going to go much better than you could possibly expect. This card often, when I get this card for clients, it means that there's a kind of happiness coming up that you haven't experienced before. So I like to connect people by using their birthdays. So if you want to tell me what day and month your birthday is, that's how I connect you.
It's 5/20, 5/20/81.
Oh, cool. So 5/20. Do you identify as a Taurus or Taurus? Yeah, good. I'm not feeling very pro Gemini lately. I don't know. Sorry, Geminis. You're brilliant and
it is
funny
a borderline, but I definitely act like a Taurus.
Yeah, we love Tauruses around here. And my mom was a Jersey girl who was Taurus. So there we go. So my darling Kim, how can I help you today? What's on your mind?
I was just like, it's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm at a crossroads. I'm trying to move, and I wanted to see if there's anything you see about that.
Well, get out of that crossroads, girl. You'll get hit by a car. Oh, I see. It's a figure of speech. Gotcha. Let me see what I'm getting for you. Yeah, you've just been hitting one obstacle after another there. It feels like you've been having a little trouble maybe listing the house you're in, or there's just been, and you're not moving that far. Are you moving?
I'm hoping not to.
Yeah, well, you're moving within a 300-mile range.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's probably a lot closer than that. But let me see. It's going to take a little longer than you think, but that's the bad news. The good news is that you're buying a new place, right? That's what I'm getting.
No, I have to rent.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm usually 100% accurate, but there's always that little 1% lurking in there. What I will say is that I'm getting a really nice place that's going to pop up that seems like it would be out of your I mean, be out of my uh, financial range, but it seems like it would cost a lot more than it does, but it's really nice. And for some reason, I'm getting water near it. I'm getting like,
Exactly.
oh,
I'm
good.
by the beach.
Oh, good. Okay. I wasn't saying that because you have the word beach in the place you're calling from, but I think not only are you going to be by the beach, but there might be like, this is a crazy thing to say, but my guides are being very specific. Might be something like a little koi pond on the property.
That would be
cool. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
That would make sense, where, like, especially like if I rent like a place, like a room in a house or something, that would make sense because they have them a lot around here.
Well, I'm just getting a koi pond. For those of my viewers who aren't familiar with, I only know what a koi pond is for reasons I won't get into. But koi are those, like, they look like goldfish on steroids, and they're ornamental, and a little koi pond. I'm just seeing like a little decorative pond, and you will be within walking distance to the beach. What's interesting is that you might wind up moving a little farther than you mean to, but it's all good. Don't worry. I know you want to stay near your family.
But
things are good. Yeah, things are going to start unsticking in July. June, you know what? For June, just relax about it. Put your attention to something else, like learn a foreign language or learn a macrame or try this new thing I've heard about called exercise. Sorry, it's me feeling guilty. No, you don't need that. I need that. Sorry. Kind of take your attention off it for a bit because you're starting to feel a little overwhelmed, and you're also getting conflicting and not very good advice from a ton of different people. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's. I mean, people who are passing you in the street, or like, you don't even know, are like giving you unwanted advice about this. So take a deep breath. It's going to work out. I see probably moving in September would be my guess. August 15th at the earliest. So just relax for a bit is all. It's going to be fine. What, do you have 2 or 3 kids? Do you have kids? Am I right about that?
I've just got one.
Okay. Nobody's lurking under the bed or behind the couch cushions or anything you've forgotten about? Any stepkids? The reason I ask is because I'm getting...
I kind of live with my ex, and he has 2 kids, but both of them are grown. So, like, all 3 of them are grown.
They're still kids. I mean, we're all still kids inside. But that's what I was getting. To me, those are stepkids, and I'm counting that as a win. Oh, you got a good kid. I like your kid. Yeah, that's about what I'm getting. I'm sorry, but living with your ex is stressful. I think that's part of what's contributing to this.
It really is. It's absolutely me, because I've seen once or twice before, and you're really, really awesome. It's definitely me because of everything that's going on.
Oh, thank you. I'm not that off. But thank you for saying that. I'm getting. I'm just gonna be a little sassy here because my mom is a Jersey girl. So I inherited sass. The reason I got 2 or 3 kids, because if he has 2 kids, that for me, my guides are like, those count as step kids, but I like your kid is awesome. Nothing against those kids, they're fine too. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh God, once you're out of there, things, oh honey, oh. As soon as you, the ex-husband thing, I was wondering where that pressure in my chest and shoulders was coming from. What I would like you to do is remember to breathe occasionally, because you're living with so much unconscious stress that you're breathing shallowly. I don't mean shallowly like in that you're acting like a Kardashian. I mean shallowly like you want to stop and take the occasional deep breath. And also for you, nature girl, because nature is very healing for you. I want you to get up and go for some sort of nature walk in the morning.
100%. I love nature.
You are nature girl.
That's all I
really
want to be in nature.
I am hotel girl. It's a New York City thing, but you really are nature girl. I mean, even for a tourist.
You definitely got me, though.
Thanks. Yeah, well, it's fun to get you. You got great energy. Really fun. Also, the job situation is going to work out. Thank God.
Thank God. Please.
Yeah. Did you work in?
I know it. I think so. I know it will, but I just keep trying.
You know, I think the thing is that you have such high standards for yourself. Bless you. Bless you for having high standards. It's so rare.
I am kind of too hard on myself.
Yeah,
I do that. I don't want to do certain things.
I'm getting that. Yeah. Takes one to know one. You know, I like wake up in the morning and hit myself over the head with a hammer just at the same time. Not really, but you are very hard on yourself, which I recognize. Have you worked in a medically related field? Because you would be really good working.
Well, kind of. It's like veterinarian and animals. Like I just help the vets every once in a while, or I save animals and I do healing with animals.
I love you. And my parakeets love you too. That's what. Yeah, you have a healing vibe. So if you want to look for a job like in a vet's office or as a vet tech, or you'd be so good at that. You really can heal animals. Like that could be your side job. You could also be, and I'm not saying, this takes a lot for me to say because until I met a real one, I was always like animal psychics. Yeah, that's an easy gig. Just make it up. Until I met an actual real animal psychic who's really that you can do that. Like you can tell me what
I love it.
I
love it.
Yeah, you get them. I mean, I'm not kidding. You get them. You could tell me what my parakeets are thinking, which is mostly, hey, where's the rest of that apple buster? But yeah, no, you get animals. So I would, if you're not working right now, or if you're not happy where you're working, go be happy. Go work with animals and do the world a favor. We need you. We need you doing that. I hope you move somewhere near me because you're fun. I said, that's all I got. That's all I got for you. How much time do we have left, Dave? Should I say with our lovely 4.5 minutes? Kim, you're still my girl. Ask me something else. 3.5 minutes.
Like,
have you ever
pick up anything on my ex?
That's okay.
Like
we've got another caller. I don't want to push. I don't want to pressure you. That's okay. Just because I just wanted to tell you that I want to reflect back to you that things are going to get better. They're going to get better, and they're going to get better soon. Get through the next 2 weeks. Nothing bad's going to happen, knock wood, but nothing bad's going to happen for the next 2 weeks, but I want you to take care of you. Also, you're dehydrated, girl. Drink more water. Considering you're near the ocean. Well, you can't drink the ocean. You know what I mean. Drink more water. Get a little more exercise. You're taking care of everybody but you. And you know that thing about like on the airplane when they're like, put the mask on yourself first so you can save everybody else around you. I'm scared of flying, so by the time they're like, put the mask on, I'm like, I'm under the seat screaming. But for people who don't do that, put the mask on yourself first because you're taking care of everybody else. Yeah, please do, because you're really fun. Also, I think the place you're going to, aside from, I genuinely think it's going to have a koi pond. I think you can do a little gardening there. I think there'll be a little patch in the back that they'll let you mess with. I don't know if that's.
Oh, I love doing that.
Huh?
I would love to do that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're a gardener too. Could you? I
got a green thumb. Yep.
Yes, you do. But yeah, you do. That's another tourist thing. I didn't turn into a really good gardener until my mom, who was an ambassador gardener, passed, and then started sending all of her energy to her garden and my garden. So I could go out and pour rocks on the roses. I could do anything to that garden. And from the other side, she's like, I got this. So they're, but you are natural. You're a nature girl. I love it. So
Yeah,
how does it feel to
definitely,
be
for
actually
sure.
seen how does that feel to be actually seen? Because I feel like nobody in your vicinity is actually seeing you or hearing you right now. Is that correct?
That's true.
Yeah. So I see you, and you're awesome. You really are. You get the best people on the show.
Thank
So
you.
You're welcome, my love. So go be awesome, and let me know what happens. Everybody, and you, Kim, too, in case you want to stay in touch, I'm on Facebook under, unsurprisingly, Perry Lyons. And I also have a new website address, which we're going to fix by next week. It's just Perry Lyons, P as in pneumonia, A1R IPERI, like Periwinkle, Lyons, LYONS, Lyons like the but with the Y. So PerryLyons.com. It's that easy. And let me know how you're doing. And Kim, let me know how you're doing, because I care, and also I'm nosy. And I love you guys. I just really do. And that color looks great on you. So here's what I'd like you to do this week. I would like you to take care of yourself. I would like you to, once a day, I would like you to ask, this is what the question I ask myself when I get unhappy in a moment. I say, what was the happiest moment in the world just this moment? And then I do that. Adjust pronouns or gender accordingly. What would the happiest man in the world do right now? Anyway, see you next week, 9 p.m. Love you guys. Mwah. I'm Perry Lyons, Moonstruck TV. Take care.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Soul Tea with Marie, with Antoinette Marie. Antoinette Marie. Live from AntoinetteMarie.net.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Soul Tea with Marie
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Soul Tea with Marie. I am excited to be here tonight. I am going to take a call a little bit in the show, but there are a few things that I wanted to go over with you, all of my listeners. So last week I had a guest on, which was Jerry, and I just want you to know that I also have a YouTube channel as well. So when I do the smaller, I'll have more guests on. So Jerry and I went over crystals, and there's a lot to talk about. So if anybody wants more information on crystals, I will go ahead and put on extended video on my YouTube as well with her. And if you're curious about where she is, she was at Naturally Gifted by Jerry, and you can find her on Instagram, and you can find her on my webpage as well. Next week, if anybody's interested in twin flames, I'm hoping I can have my dear friend Leslie on. She has written a book on twin flames, and she travels around and I don't want to say teaches, she can't really teach twin flames, but she gives advice on people that are struggling with their relationships or what it is. She really dives into what a twin flame is and the difference between that and karmic. And I know I've discussed it before, but she takes it to a different level. So she will be on next week if everything goes as planned. She will be on tonight, but she is doing another show. What else? So also, oh, you know what? Before I forget. So when I was preparing for this, a young man came through, and sorry, I'm hearing noise. So there, when I first came on, the smoke alarm was going off. I don't know if you could hear it, and now it's just stopped. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, when I first was going to come on, a young boy came to me, and I want to say that someone is listening, or someone is friends with someone that's listening. He would be a young man who overdosed, and yes, so he is going to be in he looks to me like he's giving the impression he's late teens, early 20s. I'm thinking late teens. And it would be heroin. And he just keeps saying to me, "I'm sorry, Mom," and that his mother's very brokenhearted over this. And and this seems like it happened recently, because he's standing right here and he still has the residue of his earthly feelings. When we go over to the other side, we still take who we are, the essence of us, but sometimes we also take the emotions of what has happened to us. So if we carry sadness, anger, grief, we still take it with us until we work through what we experienced here. And sometimes it takes a long time for us to work through it. And sometimes souls get stuck. I'm not saying this young man is going to get stuck. I don't believe he is, but this is something. So he seems to have blonde hair. It kind of comes down a little bit. I don't always get the hair correct. So if that's not right, if you're listening or you know someone, please don't take the blonde hair to be as a fact. But I don't think it was like really short. He might just be showing his hair, that it was a little bit longer on top, not long, but a little longer on top. I don't think he was in high school, but I don't think he was in his 20s. And he definitely is here. So if someone is out there, he wants you to know that he's very sad, and that he loves you, and he's sorry. He's very sorry. And I believe it was a heroin overdose. No, he's insisting it's a heroin overdose. Sorry, no, I know. I'm sorry I didn't say the trigger warning. I should have said that. He's just very insistent. So with that, I do want to talk about signs now that he is here. So the chirping is back again. So it stops. So there's a smoke alarm when I first got here. So I'm staying in a hotel room because I'm traveling. I'm doing readings at a store this weekend. And the smoke alarm is going off now. And I was having some issues with my lights as well. So when we have someone on the other side that wants to communicate, and it's not always loved ones, if you're gifted and you're in touch with your guides or your angels, they will also do things like make smoke alarms go off. I had stayed at an Airbnb one time, and she actually had to call in. I stayed there for a month or two. I was traveling in San Francisco, and she had to call an electrician multiple times because all the smoke alarms, they wouldn't stop going off, to the point that we ripped them out of the ceiling and the wall, and they're sitting there, no batteries, and they're still, I remember I'm just laying there and boop, 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 and it's going off, and I'm like, that's not possible. It's not possible for that to be going off. It freaked me out. And then she went on vacation one time and she had, is it Alexa, where it has the music? I don't have it in my home, but the music was going off in the living room, and then the music was going off in the kitchen, but it was two different songs. It was getting louder and louder and louder. And then the lights went out. Scared me to death, but it was just someone that wanted to say hello. They're not usually that extreme, but they can be. The other day I had a light bulb. I was just sitting there and I was in meditation, and a light bulb just exploded. It was one of my guides just saying hello. So if you have any of those types of experiences, that could be a loved one that's trying to get in touch with you, or if you see a cardinal or a bird, any type of bird, that usually is something, especially the cardinals. And I also find blue jays or bluebirds, they seem to come through as well. The lights, just little different things, even if you hear their name. But our people are always trying to connect with us. They always want us to know that they're here and that they love us, and they're watching over us, and they're guiding us and trying to support us no matter what's going on in our life. Good, bad, the ugly, they're always there. They're always watching it, and they want us to know that. We don't always see the signs. They can be subtle. If they really want to get your attention, they'll be, like I said, they'll have a light bulb explode next to you. Not so subtle. But they're always there. Even you could be driving down the road and a song comes on. That could be your father, your mother that's just playing a song, and you just know, you get this feeling, or you get goosebumps. That doesn't always happen. You're in your own head, and all of a sudden you just hear the song. You're like, why am I paying attention to that? It's almost as someone like just tapped you on the side of your head, like, oh, wake up. That's from me. So that would be someone that is trying to get your attention. What I like to do, especially if it's songs, is I like to write the song down. I like to go look up the lyrics, because there's always something in there, even if it's, the song and you know what it's about and it doesn't relate to anything. There might be one line in there that's specifically for you, just that one line, and you'll read the whole thing and you're like, oh, that was it right there. And might change your whole course of your day. You might just have a realization about something. They might be giving you some advice. So always look at the lyrics. Always look at even the person who is singing them. Maybe it's the name. So So that is about signs. What else did I want to say? It's interesting. I wrote down overdose twice. Sorry, I have notes here that I wanted to go over everything. So this boy had come through when I first, a couple of times now. And I also have, which I always forget to do this, but if anybody does want to book a reading with me, I am available to do that. I do medium readings, and I also do my intuitive readings, or the intuitive readings kind of go into your past life. So if you're interested in some past life, I don't do regression, but I do see some of your past lives. I can see some of your guides, some of your angels that can come into play as well. But usually the intuitive reading is mostly going to be about your life and any past trauma that you have been through. So let me see, what else did I want to go over? I think I'm going to go back to signs as well when it comes to loved ones. So back to signs. So not only will they do physical things or music, it can also be the way this young man is coming through. Now, his mother may not be watching this, but it could be a friend that is, or maybe even a relative that's watching this that will let her know. So they can give messages through someone else to give to you. The other thing that they can do, or say, this is kind of neat. This has happened a couple of times to me and a couple of times to my friends, where you're just having a really bad day and you just need a pick me up, and you go to, I'm from Boston, so we do the Dunkins. And you'll just be in line and you'll get a coffee, and they'll say, you know what, it was on the house. Or someone will just come up and pay for your drink. You're having a really bad day and someone will just pay for something for you, just your coffee, a donut. There's always reason behind why they're doing it. There's always something, there's always a message there. So as you're going through your day, pick up on those little nuances, because they're not just happening. Life isn't just happening to us. There's no coincidences. Everything is a reason. There's always something behind that moment of, say, someone buying you a coffee, or someone just walking by you and saying, hey, you look really good today. That could be your dad, who maybe he had passed away 2 weeks prior or the day before, or it's your birthday and he's on the other side. He just wants to say, you look great. So he has to use someone to say it. Pay attention to those messages. Okay, so I have a caller, which is Shantae. Are you there?
I'm here.
Hi, Shantae. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Good. All right. So what is on your heart and your soul tonight?
I guess I was just wanting to know, I guess, how to get on the right track. Am I on the right track as far as like my life wise, as my purpose, relationship wise?
Your job is of a main concern with you right now. I know your relationship is very much up in the air. So this is what I'm getting right off the bat. You when it comes to your relationship, everything, you really need to take care of yourself. You need to put yourself, you're not putting yourself first. You really need to put yourself first in your life, especially with your relationship. You need to start stepping up, and that's definitely financially, but emotionally and mentally. Yeah, you're putting yourself on the sidelines of this relationship. This person is, I don't want to say steamrolling, but they're taking over. your needs and wants, and you are caving in to what they're wanting. It's not a 50-50 split here. Sorry, I'm just getting the information. This your and I hope this is okay to say, your relationship doesn't seem healthy to me. Something healthy for you. That you really need to be looking at yourself and, is this emotionally good for me? Is this emotionally good for my heart? Is this bringing too much unease to my life? That's what I'm getting. I think what I would say is to really take a step back and really examine if this is what you want for your life. Because I do believe if you are married, I don't think you're married. I feel like you want to get married. If you are
Yes,
married,
ma'am.
okay, you are married?
I'm not, but I'm hoping.
Okay. I was gonna say, I didn't feel that you were married, but I do feel that you want to get married. Like I can see you, like not everyone is, but you are definitely looking for that forever person. You're looking for to wear the white dress. You have a huge heart, like when it comes to relationship, like you're huge. You don't hold back at all. Some people are very restrictive. They don't want to show who they are. They don't want to be vulnerable. I'm not saying that it's real easy for you, but you are one of those people that when you're in, like you are all in, like everything, like you give it all and you do it with a smile on your face. Like you love and you love being in love and you want to love someone forever. Like you want that one and only person. Um, so I would say to you, when it comes to this person, and I keep hearing about your career and your business. So these must be connected. Your career, it's funny, I said your business too. So there must be something that you're trying to build. I don't want to say create, but you're trying to build. I don't think everything is creative, but it doesn't seem artsy. It seems more business related, that you want to create your own like little empire is what you're trying to do. But you also have work as well. So you don't, both of those are happening. So you have a job and you have a inner dialogue of an empire of what you're trying to build. And I think you want to build it with someone. And I believe that's what I'm getting here. That you're looking for a partner to like build an empire with, build your own little business, build your own wealth, your own everything together. And I can't tell you whether or not this is the right person. That would not be my place. What I can say to you is you need to ask yourself the hard questions. Have you asked yourself the hard questions yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I've kind of been going with the flow, I guess you can say.
I think you need to ask yourself the hard questions on this. And if this is really the right person. I'm not convinced you found your forever person, but you may have. I don't. I think you have more to give than what this person would be able to take. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay. What you're looking for, the white dress, and there's something about that white dress that really means something to you. And I'm the same way. There's just something about the commitment of a marriage and the dress, and I get it. but that and the house and building something with someone that really appeals to you. And I don't necessarily think that this appeals the same way to this person as what it does to you. I think your values are different. I could be wrong, obviously. I mean, this isn't science, and you know, I get what I get. But that's how it appears to me, that your what you're looking for is not at the same place as what they're looking for. Your value is different than theirs. What you value in life is different from their value. And they seem more of, like you said, go with the flow. They seem like they're more into that. They're not really looking for the big commitment. They're almost childlike. I don't want to say it's not immaturity, but they're not at the maturity level to bring the big commitments. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
And I keep getting the word children. Children are involved here in some way. And I want to say you want children, but then I feel like there already is children. There's something going on with children that is a block in this. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I want to say that this person already has children. Or you want, I'm getting a couple of things. They have children and you want children. There's something going on that there's a third party that's also involved in what's happening here. This person
Well,
can't.
I do. I have two kids. He doesn't have any at the moment.
Okay, so you have the kids. Okay. Okay.
And he definitely wants them, though.
Okay. Okay. So I got it backwards. You have kids and he wants them. Okay. So, all right. Got it. There's also so there is a third party involved in all of this as well, though. Someone else is involved, that is causing, and I know the children are an issue here. But there's also a third party that is almost causing like a thorn in the relationship. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah, it makes a lot.
Okay, good. I don't see that thorn going away right now. I don't see that going away. No. And is your, because it's live and everybody hears this, but I mean, it seems to me that there may be some unfaithfulness. I'm just going to put it out there, or that there's a lack of full commitment. It's either lack of full commitment or there's a bit of unfaithfulness happening here. And I would say to you, again, like I said before, and you don't have to answer that. You don't have to say anything to that. I know that's private. Again, to look at your values, what you value, and what you put first, which would be you and your children and your family. So you also have family that you, if it's like a mother, or I want to say it's a mother, that you have a mother around you as well. Sorry, I scribble when I am hearing things. Apologize for the noise. Yeah, so my advice to you is to take a step back and just reevaluate your whole situation here. and build your own, and I keep hearing wealth, build your own wealth. I don't see him coming in and taking care of you as a provider the way you're looking for. And that's not to say he's not capable, because he is capable. He's a capable man who doesn't, he does not meet his own, what's the word? Potential. He doesn't meet his own potential. He has especially as women, we always talk about the man's potential, but he does have it, and he is capable. He just isn't reaching it for whatever reason. He's just not ready to be fully a man yet. He's still out there, kind of sidestepping, kind of, I don't want to say the party life necessarily, but the boys, I see that with him. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We only have a minute or two. And did you have any questions or anything?
I guess maybe if you heard anything from my grandma, she just recently passed. So, anything from her would be good too.
I'm not getting anything. It doesn't mean she's not here. I'm just not, I'm still in, called a different frequency. And I'm still with your significant in your situation. So I'm not getting your grandmother. I am getting this. She is showing me, a rose, not a rose. I said rose, so I'll just go with rose, but like a flower headpiece. She is showing me that. I don't, like a little girl wears it, like a little flowers. But so I wish I could say more on that. She is there. She is coming through now, and I only have a few more seconds, but she is showing me that. And she is with you. She is with you. If you were worried about that, she is with you. And please, as we drift off into the night here, please put yourself first and give your kids a big hug. And he is not your all. He does not make up your everything. You make up your everything. Remember that. You do. Nothing he can offer you, you can't offer yourself.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from tarotwithsteph.net.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is the Mini Medium
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
All right. Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday and happy Hump Day and happy Flag Day. I have been there's so many things that I was looking up today, and all these international and national days, and today being Flag Day as well. But it's interesting, as I was thinking, instead of just saying Happy Wednesday or Happy Hump Day or Happy, middle of the week or whatever it may be, and Happy Flag Day, I like to look up all the different, what is today's national days. And anyway, I didn't get the chance to look up much more, but I love to kind of see the silly ones out there. And matter of fact, I did a reading. My phone went over. Okay. I did a reading with a client, and we found out as we were channeling her husband who had passed, he was wanting to bring up the National Day for May 8th. And I thought, oh, it sounds like maybe Mother's Day because she had lost her mom. And so we looked it up, and May 8th of this year, and in true her husband fashion, I guess I could say his name is Troy. In true Troy fashion, her husband was wanting to bring up the fact that May 8th is National Donkey Day. So there you go, little trivia, little, what do they say, useless information. Anyway, I thought that was kind of hilarious. And so I think that's going to be my thing. I'm going to move forward with every week. Let's kind of find a fun what is National Day today. So anyhow, too funny. I love when I start to channel our loved ones in the spiritual world, and they still come through with their humor and just, who they were here in the physical world, because, our souls never change, right? We stay who we truly are. It's beautiful. So with that said too, some fun things that I have for today. When I, this last weekend, and I apologize, I'm a little nasally. I've been dealing with a head cold. So if I sound a little different, that's why. But I guess I should say welcome, everybody. It's been a crazy energy day, and I'm your mini medium at the A1R Psychic Radio. And I'm so excited to start off with all the funny National Day stuff that I forgot. But I went to a retreat over the weekend, and it was so fun because we learned how to connect with our brain wave of theta. So when we get into that theta brain wave, and a lot of mediums really try to get themselves into that theta, because theta is where that brainwave and that stage, I guess, if you will, of where you can really start to connect with things that are not normally heard. So that's kind of how that came about. So anyhow, the thing that I had done over the weekend too was I went to a fun little crystal shop, and when I was there, I got to pick up some fun new affirmation cards. So I wanted to pull a new affirmation card for this week and use this new deck. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's called Water Blessings. I'm going to show if you go and watch the actual live, the video. It's beautiful. Different different affirmation cards, but really focused around the different water blessings. And I don't know about you all, but I love the water. I'm an air sign. Matter of fact, tomorrow is my birthday, and the Gemini is the air sign. And so the air sign generally goes pretty good with the water signs. So I'm always drawn to water. But so I chose to pick the water affirmation. So our affirmation card today is going to really be with these fun water affirmation cards. And the number today that I've been drawn to is I really keep seeing the number 21. So I'm going to count out these cards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, that's how I connect with some of in my readings, especially over Zoom or on my podcast, is through numbers, and the numbers are so important for me. So when I am drawn to a certain number, such as the 21 today, it always is such a beautiful connection with either my psyche, my intuition, or it'll be the or a validation of a loved one in spirit that is wanting to give that as a date or an age. And the 21 is the number that I've been seeing all day today. So we'll kind of see how that comes about. And so our beautiful affirmation for this week for you all, it says, may you now receive protective divine love in 7 directions. That's so beautiful. Okay, I'll repeat it again. May you now receive protective divine love in 7 directions. And if anybody knows why 7, well, my first connection with that is our 7 different chakras. So may you receive all that beautiful protective divine love and energy as it flows and comes through and connects with all of your different 7 chakras throughout your body. And, you know, I'm sure there's other ways of connecting with that number 7. But I thought that's a really good card. Now, the word of the day, this is one thing that's fun about these cards. I'll show how beautiful it has this. I think this is an iris, which I'm really bad with flowers, and then on the back, it shows all the different, or the affirmation. Now, the word, if we wanted to, the word of the week, or words, is to focus on enfolding and unfurling. So opening things up, right, and something that enfolds, and then unfurling. So anyhow, I think that's kind of interesting. These were fun. But I love that message. So I'm sending all of that beautiful connection, a beautiful energy, and that affirmation to you all. So may you now receive protective divine love in all 7 directions. Awesome. Beautiful. All right. Well, I am so ready and cannot wait to connect with my callers tonight. So we'll start with my first caller is Jean, and Jean is from Georgia. Hi, Jean. This is the mini medium. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, can you hear me? Yes,
okay.
I can.
I can hear you. It was
I'm
really
doing well,
quiet.
thank you.
I'm so sorry. Hang on just one moment. Let me try to turn my volume up. Just one moment.
Okay.
Okay. I think it's mine. Okay. Thanks, Jane. Sorry about that. That was really strange. All of a sudden, all my stuff just went. I always say that anytime we have technical problems or whatnot, I just, you go with the flow, but I cannot, think that this has got to be someone's beautiful, strong energy trying to come through. So, how can I help you tonight, hon?
Yeah, so recently, and it's happened on and off throughout my life, but recently it's been pretty constant. Whenever I go into myself to try and meditate, I just keep getting overwhelmed by like the image of like growth bugs. And I'm not sure like if there's a message there, if it's something like yucky stuff in my energy. I'm just trying to figure out like why, and it's very extreme. So.
Okay. Gotcha. And so tell me again, hon, I apologize. I didn't hear, but when you go into deep meditation, you said that you, what was it again that you see?
I see like growth bugs, like creepy crawly bugs. And it's not even deep meditation. I can just take a couple of deep breaths and I just, and it's overwhelming. And sometimes it's a lot of them and I'm not sure like there's a message I'm supposed to be getting from it or why it's there. Or how can I release it? Or
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I don't blame you. I feel like if that was me, I also would be not wanting to, not wanting to close my eyes or, or try to go into a meditation of any kind.
Right.
So I sometimes I will connect with my cards and really turn to my cards to just give some guidance. But I really feel that even when I do dream interpretations for clients, this can really align with that as well. And the first thing I was getting, with you is the sense of just so much on your plate, per se, just so much going on in your life. This can be really in every, aspect of your life. If it's, work, relationships, love, health. Do you feel like you have a lot going on in your life right now?
I do, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, as I see it, when you see all of, whether it's one bug or if it's several creepy crawly bugs, it is, in a sense, they're really resembling, if you will, just the many tasks or energy that's out there that you are putting and giving to all of the stuff that's on your plate. So if you think about, if you've got, let's say you've got 10 different things going on and you are just, worried and focusing on those 10 things, then let's just say 10 different bugs are going to be just overwhelming and taking over. And so those bugs are, I feel, just, you know, if you look at it, something that you're afraid of, a lot of people are scared or intimidated by, creepy crawlies. And so
Right.
for me, this is your way of your subconscious mind, in a sense, connecting with your fears. And I can tell even just by listening and kind of picking up on the visions I'm getting, that you really like things to be kind of explained to you, or you like things to be more. I don't think you're much of one to like surprises. Do you like to know things beforehand?
Yes, I don't even like surprise birthday parties.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So, yes. So, when you have all these creepy crawly bugs coming your way, of course they startle you. And really it's because you're worried about what's next, what more is going to come out of the woodwork, per se. And so I feel for you a big part of maybe dealing with this or helping you to get some maybe, I don't know if I'd say closure, but maybe just a way to process and help with this, really is going to be to just, maybe visually write the things down that you need to, or that you feel needs to be done, and then have a visual cross off of them, as you get them done. Sometimes that visual sense of seeing things being completed is going to be your exterminator. Does that make sense?
Okay. It does.
And I'm willing to
Yeah.
bet as you, yeah, I'm willing to bet as you do that in that visual sense, because you're very visual, and not just that, but the action of crossing things off and then visually seeing that go away. I feel like you'll start to see these little bugs start to dissipate.
Okay.
And sometimes, and I do feel like that this may be, things happening currently in your life in the present, but I'm telling you, you also have stuff in your past that you've never been able to really get closure with. And that will be that continuous, um, return of whatever that bug is, Um,
Yeah.
but I really feel that I don't see this going on for much longer. Matter of fact, I keep I keep getting 6 weeks. I keep going out 6 weeks. And I know that sounds to be a long ways away, but that puts us about the end of July. So give it some time, but try that and see if that will help you. And sometimes for me, when I can't quite get out of my visions, my mind, I use music. Music for me helps to kind of shut out some of this stuff that I don't want to see. But if you can find something that you can focus your attention to that's more positive, you'll see it'll start to go away.
Okay.
But yes, I would try that for sure. And just I would say always keep your own always keep your own little bug repellent in per se on you. That way, if you have any of these surprise things that come, that you can deal with that then, Yeah, it'll get better. I feel like it's going to get better. It's just a lot going on right now, and that's why I feel like you've got a lot going on with that too. But try that, my friend. See if that will help you.
Got it. I will, definitely, because even when I try and do like my self Reiki sessions, that's all I see, and it's so distracting because it's like they're in the way. So,
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what happens when we focus on something and then our mind wanders and we're like, oh my gosh, I got to get this done. I got this still left. I've got to talk to them. I got to call them. And then all of a sudden it's that infestation of bugs, in a sense, right? So
right.
I get it, my friend. Well, I hope that helps you. I hope that gives you maybe some at least guidance.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome, my friend. And I will be sending you lots of good positive energy your way.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day.
Okay. Thanks, hon. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Oh, I am ready for the next caller, and this is exciting. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Is it Sona or Sonia?
Hi, Sona. Yes, you pronounced it correct.
Oh, good. Hi, Sona. And you're from Germany. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. I'm from Germany.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. Well, it's such a pleasure to meet you and talk to you. And I am so excited. I love talking to people all over the world. So how can I help you tonight?
Yes, so thank you so much. I'm also excited to talk. So I'm interested actually what will happen in my love life. So basically, will I meet as a romantic partner? Is that a person I know, or is that or when will it happen? Something like that. So advice on that front would be nice.
Yeah. Okay. For sure. Oh, I love love. I love questions about, wanting to find your person or, am I with the right person or what, So I think love questions are one of my favorite. So I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna pull a couple cards for you and see if maybe that gives us sometimes guidance, or helps gives direction as I do readings. But ultimately, I really like to just listen and connect with my gifts and really pay attention to that more than anything. So I'll tell you first and foremost, I don't feel at this moment a connection with anybody. Is that correct?
At the moment, sorry, I didn't get that quite right at the moment.
No, are you in a relationship at the moment?
I'm not in a relationship, no, but I'm talking to some, so I don't know.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, and that's fine. I feel that right now I don't see that you are romantically involved with anybody. So even it sounds like
Yeah.
that's the case. Okay. All right. Perfect. Now, I do I will get numbers a lot, and numbers, as I do readings, are so strong with the sense of validating the person that you're with or you. So I have to tell you, I cannot get the number 4 out of my head, and the number 4 is going to be the month of April or the 4th of a month.
Okay.
Do you connect with that?
You mean for the past? So that must mean something for me. Yes.
Yes. Do you connect with the number 4? Does that resonate with you, whether the month of April or the 4th of a month?
Yes, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, perfect. As long as you, yeah, if you connect with that, that's beautiful. Now, um, the person that you are talking to right now that you're mentioning, I feel that I'm going to tell you there is a sense of caution, and when I say that, I mean for you to just make sure that you are very cautious of giving too much of yourself too soon. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Because I really feel that I'm a little worried about the lack of information on this person's part, the other person you're connecting with. That I don't feel like they're being very forthcoming or very honest about themselves, and that worries me a little bit for you. So I want you to be very careful that you're not putting too much of your energy or your time, or too much information until you are completely sure that you are talking to the person that you're talking to. Because I feel it's almost like that feeling of them telling you that they have, they look this way, they're this age, but actually that's only half of the truth. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So just being very aware of that, I feel, just so that you're, that you're protected. Now, I I feel that there is a connection with someone that I feel you have some very beautiful potential for this relationship to work. And I keep getting JA, which is really interesting because I don't really get names or letters, but the letter J and then A. Now I know you're, yeah, no, that would not be. Do you connect with anyone with those initials or the first initial J?
Uh, Actually, G. G makes sense to me. J, I don't know, but
Okay, that's okay. I want you to just keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel there's a reason, there must be a reason that I keep seeing those initials or those 2 letters. And I never doubt the vision. So JA, whether their name, let's just say, even if it's the spelling is Jason, like JA, or Jack, JA, or the initials. So just keep that in mind because I do feel like there's a connection there. Now, do you have a sister? Can I ask? Do you have a sister?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay. I just keep getting this vision of you connecting with someone through your sister or through a very good, friend that is like a sister. Because I see a common connector between you and then someone who you have a love connection with. It's beautiful. So if you are introduced to someone by your sister or someone by a friend that's like a sister, then I would not hesitate to jump on that opportunity to go on a date or what may be, because it feels like a very genuine connection for the two of you. So definitely watch for that. Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. Now I've got about 45 seconds left. I know these go by fast, but more than anything, my friend, and I'll leave you with this, is just make sure with the person you're talking to now, just make sure that all your I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and that you feel 100% sure that they are who they are. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for calling in. It was so fun to talk to you, and have such a beautiful day whatever time it is there in Germany.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day too. Thank you.
Thanks, Sona. Bye-bye. All right. Hey. Well, great. Oh, thanks so much, my friends. And I am your mini medium. I'm so excited I was able to get on tonight and share my gifts with you all. I will see you next week and talk to you then. Bye-bye.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Understanding Spirit
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. I want to welcome you all today. And we did a few weeks ago, we did speak about chakras. I wanted to go into them a little bit more today. There's a lot to go into about the actual function of them and how much they affect us. So I'm going to talk very quickly, and I may sound like a bit like a crazy person and look weird, but that's okay as long as you get everything that you need today. That's the main thing. As usual, if we get time to do a small meditation at the end, just go through it and do it on your own. It's very easy. Take your time with it. All right, so let's get started. Now, with the chakras, we all know the basic stuff about chakras, all right? But we're going to go more into it. We have the left side of the chakra and we have a right side of the chakra. The left side of the chakra deals more with the receptive stuff, the emotional stuff, the intuitive and compassionate stuff, all right, of ourselves, all right? The right side deals with the masculine side, which is the more dominant, the forceful, and the willful side of ourselves, okay? Now, regardless of your gender, we all have the feminine and the masculine aspect of ourselves, okay? And that is in clear view in the chakras, all right? So the chakras, as we receive information from them, they enter in from the left side of the energy system and then they exit through the right side. Okay, so everything is coming in and then it's going out. All right. As the chakras receive information from the left side, they're getting it from the world. All right. So what the world's projecting into us, and then the right side projects your needs going out, right? And the messages that you want to put out about yourself. Okay. So that gives you a little bit about the left side and the right side. Okay. Then we have the inner wheel. So the inner side of your chakra and the outer side of your chakra. Okay. So the inner side has to do with your higher self, your divine self, your pure self, all right? And that aspect has to do with your dharma, all right? Your spiritual integrity, if you will, all right? The outer wheel has to do with our soul's memories, our past lives, and it uses these memories to ensure our survival, all right, to allow us to be able to cope with things in our life, all right? So, and they're the soul's aspect. That aspect is your soul's karma, okay? Then we go into the back of the chakra and also the front of the chakra. So you can imagine these poor little chakras, they're working non-stop all day, all right? Information is coming in everywhere, all right? So the back of the chakra, again, also receives information, but this information relates to our subconscious, our unconscious, and also, again, the soul, all right? The information from past lives, also childhood, all right? Then we have the front of the chakra, and the front of the chakra spreads the information out, if you will, All right. So everything's coming in and then everything's going out. So things are coming in and out from everywhere. Right. So this kind of formulates, the front chakra formulates really the everyday of our everyday self that we have, right? It tells the world who we are and how to treat us, all right? And it's programmed by our conscious self in this world, and that fulfills our decisions. So when we do affirmations, for example, all right, and we're projecting out who we are, who we believe that we are, all right, this is the part of you, and this is with every single chakra, all right. You are, when you're giving a particular affirmation, you know, whether it's your crown, or it doesn't matter, your crown, your heart, your solar plexus, your root or base chakra, it doesn't matter. When you're spreading information out about yourself, you're telling the world how to treat you. Okay, so if you are lacking in self-worth, or you have fears about your finances, or if you're lacking in self-love, or finding your voice to speak up, to protect yourself, to say what you want, you know, it's the front of that chakra that is blocked, okay, and is not working properly. That's why when people say visualize your chakras, you know, spinning and whatever, you're looking at the front side of your chakra, all right? However, that's not the only aspect of the chakra. There's a lot going on. Like I said, you know, you're dealing with the feminine and masculine side of yourself, left, right, in, out, it's all going on. All right. So I hope that this part of it just gives you a bit more understanding of how, you know, more the technical side, I suppose, of the chakra that, you know, we don't normally talk about, or you don't normally hear people discuss. All right. So you understand more about that. All right. I am going to go into a chakra, what I call a chakra pillar meditation that was given to me by my guide. It's very easy, again, very quick. And I have already had some feedback about the meditations, and a lot of people are finding them very useful. And even though they're quick, they're amazed at how quickly they can connect with their intuition and messages from spirit. So I'm really happy that people are getting, you know, something out of it, and it's working for them, because it's what I use when I'm teaching. All right, so again, as usual, I will get you to protect yourself. So visualize a white ribbon of light wrapping around you from head to toe. Now visualize a white light coming down and surrounding your body, placing you in a bubble of white light. And just see yourself in there, looking happy, feeling safe, and ready and open to see what comes your way. Okay. Now we'll just do some breathing to relax you deeper. If you ever lose your thought in the meditation, always go back to your breath and start again. Okay. So I want you to just breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 4. Okay, just relax in your seat, go into your natural breath again. And I want you now to visualize a large pillar of white light coming down on your left side. And now I want you to do the same on your right side. So you can visualize yourself sitting between these two white pillars. Feel yourself being guided and protected as these pillars stand upright on either side of you. Start to bring your attention to the pillar on your left for a moment. This pillar of white light is now moving its light into the left side of your chakras. Observe if any chakras stand out to you that are asking for some attention. See if you get any information from them about what they want you to learn. Your information is coming from spirit about the world in relation to you. That is what you're receiving from the left side. See, sense, feel, or hear your messages. Not everything has to be on a grand scale. Now I want you to do the same with the right side. Visualizing the white light pushing through into all of your chakras, the right side of all of them. Spirit are now inviting you to project your messages and your needs for your spiritual growth. So again, observe which chakras need assistance with your development and your attachment to your human state. Again, see, sense, feel, or hear your messages. Take a moment to thank Spirit for assisting you and for the knowledge they're giving you. Visualize now both pillars leaving you. See the white light leaving you. And just feel the weight of your body back in your seat. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and you're done. Remember, do it slower, okay? And I want to thank you all for joining me today on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. And I hope this is helping you all. And remember, have a good day or evening wherever you are in the world. Smile, be nice to everyone, think, act and feel with your higher self, and you will never ever make a bad decision. You'll always do what's best for you and the rest of humanity, and everything will come back to you tenfold. You'll be blessed beyond recognition, okay? So enjoy yourselves, enjoy your families, and take care until I see you all next week. Thank you. Bye.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Psychic Path
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. I am Suzanne Marie, and I will be your host for a little bit. I am a clairvoyant and a light trance medium. So, yes, I appreciate all the listeners and all the callers. Thank you so much. And I know I appreciate all your support. So thank you, thank you. I'd like to talk to you now a little tiny bit about protecting your energy. And I have been reading for a very long time, and a lot of people that come to me are empathic, which means you pick up other people's emotions or intentions or just health even. You can get their headaches, you can get their stomach aches, and I want to clarify that everyone needs to be protected, their energetic field. So if you can find a way to do that, it would probably help, because depression negates depression and hopelessness does the same thing. And we do not need to be anything negative around us. So I hope that you Google this or you search in the Facebook and you find a way to protect your energy, because it doesn't help to carry anyone else's energy. It doesn't make them better. It just means that you're the one walking around with the headache or the depression or the anxiety. So yeah, let's protect our energy and love ourselves that way. So yeah, welcome to June. I am getting my office together. I've just moved a little while ago, and things are settling in. And soon enough, I will find a way to do in-person readings here for anyone who's in the local area. So yeah, I'm just excited tonight for a call. So I hope everyone is taking advantage of the free calls and the free psychic readings with A1R Psychic Radio. And once again, I am Psychic Pass, and you can find me on Facebook, and you can check out my website.com. So yeah, I just really feel like a lot of people deserve to know that they're picking up on other people's energy, and it's affecting their lives. Oh, we have Penny from Pennsylvania. Hello.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. What can I help with tonight?
You can do anything.
Okay. Let me see what Spirit says, okay?
Yeah, because yesterday I went through, I've been going through a long, hard time, but I won yesterday, so now anything you can tell me can't be, we got through the worst part of this year.
Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. I'm getting from Spirit that you're a really strong character, that you have a great deal of will, and you can almost make it through anything. You kind of remind me of Unsinkable Molly Brown, is a feeling I'm getting. And so with the worst that you've been through, can I ask what you've learned?
Oh, not not to trust anybody, not to not to talk or have anything. Try to say to ourselves more. And just like I said, don't trust nobody.
That's very, very sad, because in order to enjoy life, you need to have your heart open. Maybe the best thing to do would, when you meet new people, just ask your guides what is their intent and motivation. Because if their motivation and their intentions are no good, your own guidance will let you know. You won't get
I did
swayed.
this one place for 5 years, and they caused all kinds of trouble and almost put me in jail.
Oh wow!
And everything was taken off my record, off everything. I had to do a little community service and nothing big.
Okay. Well, let me see what I can get. I'm going to do a healing for you after this show, because I think you need a healing, and you do need some spiritual energy to open up your heart and yeah, to clear some things out. So I will do that after the show.
Yep. Well, they took one of my grandkids from me. The state has one of the grandkids because of that woman.
Wow.
Yep.
I feel really bad, because I've been in your situation, and I know how hard it is to trust people after you've been incredibly hurt. But we still need to keep our hearts open. So I'm going to do the healing for that, okay? And
now
let me
everybody's trying to now everybody's working in our favor now. All of a sudden, since everything's done, they're going to let her come down to where we moved to. They're jumping through hoops because they know I'm going to come. I can get them. I'm going to go after the people that did try to slander my name and stuff. I'm going to go after them.
Good. There's nothing wrong with justice. And I feel like you're right that all of the bad crud is over with. And I feel like I feel a couple things. I feel like there's a move. There's something gonna be changing. And it feels like a move. I don't know if it's you or someone really close to you, but there is a move.
If I get my settlement and stuff like that, then I'm going to try to buy my own house.
I feel like you're going to move, and it's going to be a better place for you. Let's see.
Think we're going to get that little girl back?
Oh, absolutely. I got that right away. I feel like what you're going through, they don't have a leg to stand on what they're doing.
Nothing anymore. Yep, after they did that. Yep.
And I feel like you will get your child back, your grandchild. I feel like this was a terrible thing to go through, but I feel like it was also to teach you too. And I hope that you can think of what you've learned besides the negative. Think of something positive, even after your settlement. If you can think of something positive that you've learned. I believe that the universe is working for us and not against us. Now, that don't mean people are always working for our best interest. And that's why I say use your guidance when you meet new people, and ask your guides, what intention and motivation do these people have? And your guides will tell you in some kind of way. I think your guides talk through your stomach. I feel like you get a little cramp or a queasy when you meet wrong intentioned people.
If I go after those people that tried to cause trouble for me, will I win the lawsuit though if I go after the people?
Absolutely. Yes.
Come on.
Yes, I feel that. And I feel like it'll take about a year and a half, but it's worth going through.
Oh yeah. Even if I don't get anything, it would be my satisfaction.
Yes, but I do
Showing
believe that
them
you
how
will be
much they
getting.
hurt us. Yeah, how much they hurt us. Put them back.
So, are you with me still?
Yep.
Okay. So I sense a really good summer. I feel like everything is going to go really well um, with you and your family and your living situation. Is your leg bothering you? I feel like there's a leg issue.
Yep. I had a car accident, and that ankle is killing me. And the lawyer only did one lawsuit thing, and I had two car accidents in a month's time, but only did one.
Oh.
He said they only did one settlement thing, so they're trying to settle one now. And it's been like 2 or 3 years, but we ain't gonna get much. That's what makes me mad. He didn't go after much for him.
Okay. Well, I feel like things are gonna change like around the fall. I feel that's when you get your abundance. I'm feeling September, October, and it's probably the first lawsuit, not the one that's going to be involved with the other woman.
How long will that? How long will that second one take with them people?
That will be timely. I get about 2 years.
Okay. I don't care. As long as
I'm so sorry that you went through that, and I thank you so much for calling, and thank you so much for allowing me to share with you.
You're welcome.
You take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone, for listening and calling in. Stay tuned. We have more shows, and I will see you next week. I'm signing off. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from wingsofsoulswithjulie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I hope you are all doing well. We are just about a week away from summer, and I'm super, super excited. I can't wait. Although we've been having some fantastic weather here in Portland, Oregon, and so it feels like summer is already here, which is really highly unusual for us because usually this time of year, we're still in the 50s and rain and cold. So I am loving this. It's the perfect weather to be outside. So I hope you are enjoying your perfect weather wherever you are right now. And thank you again for joining us this evening. So I had a phone call from a good friend of mine the other day, and she was having trouble with her toddler sleeping. All of a sudden, one night, she wouldn't go to bed. She didn't want to be alone, and she would cry and get upset. And then she started asking, who is in my room? Who is in my room? There's somebody here. And so she contacted me and said, what is going on? I don't know what to do with this, right? And it's really amazing. Kids are just such a magnet. They are like a little radio antenna that is picking up on spirit all the time. Because when they come into this world, they are pure, they are unconditional love, and they know nothing else. They haven't been taught, oh, spirit isn't real, or, you can't believe that, or it's all hocus pocus. They haven't been told any story or anything to hold on to. And their world is their oyster. They are creative, they are imaginative, they have the imaginary friends. And so it's really fantastic to watch a child communicate with the other side. I can remember when my daughter was probably about 3, she was playing at her little table and she was fixing tea. And I came into the room and she turned around and she looked all around and she looked at me and she said, where'd Treen go? And I said, who was here? And at that flick, a 3-year-old, their mind changes so quickly. She was off and already on to something else. As she got a little bit older, she would sit and tell us about her friend Treen, the good witch, and how Treen would watch over her. And it was, fascinating to hear what was coming through for her, how she perceived spirit, how she saw the world work. And this was all way before I knew that I was a medium myself. I was fascinated with the thought of it, the supernatural, the what ifs. I knew there was a higher power, but I had not yet stepped into the realm of the woo, what I would say. So, not surprising that a few years later down the road, I would step into this. But children are amazing to listen to hear and to understand what it is that humans can't see or sense or feel. And you can learn so much from them by experiencing things through them. And like I said, I really enjoyed all the stories that my daughter would tell me about Trine the Good Witch. And I knew exactly who she was talking about in the spirit world. I knew who that was, right? So it's really interesting to have a very different perspective and to be open and try to have that as an adult, have that childlike ability to look at the world through the lenses of a child, right? And experience all those things. Open up your mind, open up your your mind, body, and spirit and emotions to all of that, to see what it is that you can perceive, because we all have the ability. We whether you call it your gut reaction, your sixth sense, whether you can sense or feel, or you can read the energy, right? We all do that on some capacity or some level. We unfortunately have just told ourselves by what we know through society that we can't do this. We can't see spirit. We can't see things that are physically tangible, that are not physically tangible, excuse me. And so if we can sit back and look through the lenses of a child and experience some of the things that they experience, it is a fantastic world. And so listen to your gut, listen to what I would call your spidey senses, right? You all know what that is. You walk into a room and you think, oh, something doesn't feel right here. My spidey senses are going all over the place, right? That is all part of it. And it's just about growing that and knowing how to grow that and to become in more awareness of it all. So I encourage you to put your lenses on and look through with the eyes of a child and see if it changes for you. See if you can become in more awareness of everything around you and pick up on those subtle hits, pick up on those small vibes that are coming through just for you. All right. And in the meantime, for those of you with little ones who are having trouble sleeping through the night, that there's a monster in the closet, right? That there's someone in their room, you can simply just ask for the spirit to leave and call in Archangel Michael to put some protection in there around the room so that the child can sleep, and assure them that they are safe and that they are well taken care of. And nurture that gift, because you never know, they might be the next up and coming medium to help all of us out there in the world that need that help. All right, we are going to go to the phone lines right now. We've got Leanne in Las Vegas, Nevada. Good evening, Leanne, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hello.
Hi. What can I do for you this evening?
I wanted to see if there's any messages for me from my dad in the spirit world.
Okay. Perfect. Leanne, I'm going to just take a moment here and tune in. And so as I'm doing that, there'll be just a little moment of silence, and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Leanne, right away, I'm getting this this sense of an old car. I don't know, like 60s or 70s. But I'm being shown this old car. And the color blue, which is really interesting. I don't usually get colors coming through. Is there some tie with you or your dad with a car, with an older car? Like, was there a car that he fixed up or that he cherished, or because there's something around this car.
Was it a car or a truck, you think? A car specifically, or?
He's showing me a car, like a very I'm not seeing a make or a model, but you know, the Cadillacs, they were very large and very long, right? Or
Yeah.
like a what's that other car? A Lincoln, right? The very long,
Yeah.
boxy square cars.
hmm Yeah, I'm not super certain on that, because I could have been little. So I'm not sure of the relevance of a car, but
Okay. Well, stick that in your back pocket and think about it, because there is something coming through for you to know about this car. Um, it's just like I feel so much love around it, right? Like there was so much almost energy put into this car. Um, anyway, he's showing me the car. He wants you to think about that. So
okay.
keep that for later. Um,
Yeah.
your dad was a very gentle soul.
Yeah.
He There was just this kindness. I mean, it's like I'm being shown um this light, this yellow light all the way around him, and it's just so gentle and so soft. um he was a very smart man, and people really looked up to him and looked for him for guidance.
Mhm.
And he's showing me that the two of you were very close,
Mhm.
that you had a
Yeah.
really deep connection.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Um, he's showing me like there's some strain or stress or something going on in your life, and he's trying to reach out to you. He's trying to let you know that he's guiding you and helping you. He's really, it's like I just keep hearing the word strain. There's something that is strained, and he wants you to know that you are being supported on the other side.
Mhm.
And he's saying this too shall pass.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, hold on. Let me see what else he's saying. Um, he's bringing he's bringing your husband into this. I'm assuming you're married because he keeps referring to him as your husband.
Mhm.
Um, he says lean on him for support.
Hmm.
Um, that support is there. It's not always evident, he says. But know that it is there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely a do it all by myself kind of person. So that's very relevant for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like decisions and sorting of like serious decisions to make in life for us. And so I often feel like I'm the one slowly making those decisions and figuring all that out. And I don't really bring my husband into the mix of that a lot. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
He's asking you to bring him in. You can still have the ultimate decision, right? Because I feel like your husband lets you make those decisions.
Yeah,
and he's comfortable with you making those decisions.
Yeah.
But I'm being shown that you will feel more supported in those decisions if you bring him in and ask for the help. And it's okay to ask for that help, your dad says, by the way. It's not showing weakness. It's not showing that you can't do it. He says, by all means, you can do it. But it's going to take some pressure and some stress off of you. Because your husband, he's showing me your husband has very different views than what you have. And so I'm being shown that sometimes those views don't always coincide with each other. However, he's saying, let him speak, because there are little golden nuggets in there that you can draw from that will give you inspiration or give you like a path to move forward. And so don't be afraid to get that, to get that information and to get that inspiration, right? He says sometimes you're going to get really off the wall answers and you're going to think, I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that's going. But take those little pieces out of like the bigger statements and the bigger ideas and thought processes, because it's going to help you kind of navigate some of these bigger decisions.
Yeah. I would say that that's definitely a thing. And my husband, speaking of him, he just started like a new business and stuff now. So does he say anything about that and how that will go for him?
What I'm being shown on that is that it's going to start off a little slow, but then it's going to take off. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So it's about being patient and not giving up too soon, because there will be that point where you're just like, you're going to be the one more likely to want to throw in the towel before he does. His perseverance is amazing. I mean, he would take it all the way through, right? So he's very much the dreamer of the family, and you're more the practical kind of person. And so being able to just take a step back and let that business kind of roll and flow, because it is going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's going to find a lot of joy in that business. It's like taking something from the ground up, right? And nurturing it. So there's going to be a lot of gratification from this.
Good. That's good to hear. Yeah, and the slow in the beginning is kind of to be expected because there's a lot of things like foundational things to lay. So that makes
Sure.
a lot of sense.
Sure. Sure. Um, oh, he said something and I just lost it. Hold on, let me see if I can get it back.
Yeah.
Um, he's just saying to remind you, don't be too quick to judge. Okay. Just let it be what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
He's saying that you're very you're very much an earth sign. You're very down to earth. You're very almost that Capricorn where everything is in line, everything, is in its
Yeah.
place. And
I'm very
he's
OCD.
not.
It's too much.
He's very much the loose, playful kind of energy. And so your dad is just saying this is his time to have that peace, to be able to get his feet wet and to make something that's actually his, right?
Mm-hmm. And I oftentimes, like, I don't know where we'll live long term. And I'm like, is it safe where we are? Is he keeping us safe? And are we just where we're supposed to be? Like, I often question that.
So you are exactly where you need to be right now.
Yeah.
Are you going to be there forever? No, I don't feel that way. I don't feel that the location that you're at is going to be where you're always going to be.
Yeah.
I'm being shown
Yeah,
it's a
I kind of feel
transition.
the same.
Yeah. It feels like a transitionary period, right? So your dad is saying, as far as like, if this is where you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to live, and then you're looking at the business, he's saying, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Just let it go, let it be what it is, because whatever he learns from this stage and this point, he's going to be able to carry with him and take it with him. Because I'm seeing that once he does this here, that if you guys move, he'll just start it up in a different area. And then you'll find that area to live in, and then the business is really gonna get off. So for the business and for your living situation, it's like this is that transitional period right now. And so just to be okay with that in your mind, that it's okay to have this transitional period.
Yeah, that makes so much sense for me because I feel like it's not a permanent thing. And that's what I have trouble with because I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I'm happy here and stuff and I'm making the best of it and I'm not complaining. I just intuitively feel that it's not permanent. So I'm like a little frustrated with myself. I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah. So what I'm being shown is that they're setting you guys up. So when we're in this transition period, and this kind of goes for just about anybody, but when you're in that transition period, it's kind of like that rest period, that lull where you're at right now, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Where am I going? So you start asking all those questions, right? So what it's doing is it's the universe working behind the scenes to set you up for that new location, possibly for that new job or that next level, right? So, and it's hard for us humans to be able to sit back and let the universe take the reins because we are such control freaks.
Yeah.
So
and I'm always like trying to listen to spirit and be like, what do you want me to do? I will do it, but nothing is coming to me. And that's why I'm like in frustration. I'm like, what am I?
Yes.
You know, because I feel like I don't want to be a sitting duck and not doing anything, because then I feel irresponsible, you know?
No. So that's the other thing you have to understand about this. So you have thrown out there to the universe. They're not telling me what it is, but you've thrown out your wish, your dream, whatever, right? So they are creating that right now. Okay. So this transition period, and you're not getting an answer, it's because they're saying it's not time to know right now.
Yeah.
And that is the hardest. And I've gone through this myself.
Yeah.
It's the hardest place to be at, because as humans, we want to know, we want to plan, and we want to get going, and we want to move. And that's not always the way it happens when you're co-creating with the universe. So this place, this very wavy place and space that you're in is very common. And so try to keep asking questions, okay? But just know that you're not getting the answer. It's not time for you to know right now, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good to confirm that with you, because that's kind of what I've been getting. But I'm like, am I just like being irresponsible? Like,
so it's okay to continue moving steps to whatever that dream is, right? But it's also okay if you feel like you're not taking big, huge leaps and bounds, because you're not supposed to be right now, right? You're supposed to continue to show the universe that, hey, I am ready. I am doing this. See, I'm taking another baby step. Here it is, right?
Yeah.
So that they know that you are in that position to move forward. But it's really up to them to put together the end game, and then you follow along with that. Okay, so just try to be patient in this time period that you have right now. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I will definitely work on that. Has he said anything about more children, or am I done?
He's kind of indicating to me that that's done. Yeah. And Leanne, we are coming down to the last few seconds of our show, so I have to say goodnight. But it's been so wonderful talking with you this evening, and thank you so much for calling in.
You are wonderful. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Have a fabulous evening.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, that does it for me, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to have a one-on-one reading with me, please reach me at my website of wingsofsoulswithjulie.com or my Facebook pages, Julie Yeager Walker Medium and Your Time to Shine. Have a wonderful week, everyone. We'll see you again next week.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is astrology and psychic reading
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host, Lady D, and I hope you're all well today. I say today, I know over in America it's 11 p.m. and for me it's only it's 1 p.m. in the daytime for me. So this week ahead, we've got the new moon that's coming up here. So we do have a new moon that's happening on the 18th. So for me in Sydney, it's happening at 2:37 p.m. And then we've also got really other big aspects coming up here this week too. So with this new moon, it is going to be in Gemini. So I love Gemini energy. I feel like it's sort of like, it's light, it's inquisitive. People say it's about the twins. For me, I don't see it about twins. To me, I see this sign is all about learning, and it's about whenever I see a Gemini, their eyes sort of light up, especially when they're talking about certain subjects, and they tend to know a lot about different things because they are networkers, and they are just natural networkers and social butterflies, and they're very young and youthful signs too. It's like they're kind of like Sagittarians a little bit, but they're more youthful, I find, and they are more inquisitive because they want that knowing and that knowledge, but they never feel they know enough. So with this new moon, they're just starting up a new cycle. New moons do start off new cycle. So it could be looking at around these areas and planning and networking. We do have an aspect with Neptune that is coming up with this new moon, which can create a little bit of, I feel like maybe people overthinking things or like overdoing it. Like people not wanting to hear like things that are negative. It's like people feel like they've got their plans and that's where they're going to stick to, and they don't want to hear things that are negative. And I feel like it could also be looking at not wanting to be in a certain reality because we've got this Neptune, and Neptune can be a little bit of delusion. I always see it as dissolve as well. So it could be a fact that you're thinking of maybe getting even rid of certain partnerships or networks that aren't serving you anymore as well. There could be some sort of dissolve effect or things not working out to how you'd had hope in that area. But also it is also this about delusion and sort of reality as well. I also feel like it could be like starting from scratch, like plans haven't worked out, so it's like you're having to start again. So I feel like it's that. It can bring up mental health issues just because Gemini, it is ruled by Mercury, therefore it does deal with the mind. And we are dealing with Gemini, so Geminis are, they're thinkers, they're thinking things, different possibilities, they're inquisitive. And then we've got this Neptune, which is ruled by Pisces, and it's in Pisces, which does rule mental health. So this could bring about some mental health aspects as well coming in, or even like you're overthinking things, like you're freaking out a little bit about certain things that are going on if things aren't going the way you had planned. So that could be bringing up those issues for you as well. And I feel like here, people might be also, could be a time where people are wanting help or asking for help. And also looking through things as rose-colored glasses. I have a feeling that this new moon's going to be bringing up just one of those days where you just feel like it's a crazy day, or that thing's going on. I used to work in a community center, and I remember this particular day. It was like We just had a lot going on with different people coming into the center. And one of the people I worked with, their partners walked in at the end of the day, and we must look a bit frazzled because he was like, "Oh my God, you girls look like you've had a hard day. We just all looked really frazzled." And then my colleague was like, "There must be something with the moon." And I'm like, "I didn't know. I didn't really pay attention." And she had a look, and there was something with that moon that day. So I feel like it could be a day of different things coming in, But if you're a person that deals with a lot of logic, I feel like you will get through this more. I know for myself, I am an Aquarius, and I don't have a lot of water in my chart, and I am mostly air and um, air and a bit of fire and earth with a little bit of water. So for me, I always do about the logic. So the moon doesn't phase me as much. I'm not a very emotional person, but for people who are very like a lot of water in their chart or very a lot emotional, you're probably going to find or have this energy affect you more. What we've also got going on too this week, we have a square between Mercury and Saturn that's also coming up here. That's coming into effect, couldn't be affecting today. So with this aspect, you might feel like you again like overthinking things, or things aren't going the way, or your communication. So what you're saying might not people might be taking the wrong way, or you might not be articulating, or forgetting words, or saying it the right way. So there's this little bit of communication not going the right way as well, and maybe people being a bit oversensitive as to with that as well. We've also got aspects that's coming up with I feel like with Venus too, and I feel like that's quite that people bringing together and people being around like-minded people as well. We a big thing on the 17th. We have Saturn that is going to go in retrograde. So Saturn's going to go backwards. And I was listening to an astrologer before coming on here, and he was saying that you feel the effects of that coming up a week before. And I could relate to that. This week has been a bit of I have felt it. And, things can start slowing down now when we start getting all these planets coming into retrograde. We've got the Pluto that's gone into retrograde, and now we're going to have Saturn. And then we're going to have all the other planets, major planets coming into retrograde as well. And with Saturn in retrograde, this could bring about having to have a lot of patience, and it can bring about, I guess, people worrying because it is going to be in Pisces. So we are dealing with people who, sometimes with Pisceans, they can overthink things, or they can get a little bit of that paranoia can come in. So it's like patience is going to be the key, and it could be even like, and it could even affect like spirituality. It can affect different religions. It can affect things to do with drugs and alcohol, addiction. So we might be seeing all these things sort of coming up, and people having to battle certain things. And I feel like staying within a sense of logic as well. But we do have a positive aspect coming up here on the 19th, 20th. So for me, it will be the 20th. For people on the other side of the world, it will be the 19th. We do have Jupiter sextiling that Saturn here, which is going to help that aspect with the Mercury. So it's like, even if, things haven't, what you've said hasn't come out the right way, there's been some conflict there, Jupiter's going to come in, and it's going to make this effect early next week and help you and give you sort of a saving grace. And I feel like it's also going to help you to create a balance in your life as well. I feel like it is going to help you to stay grounded, because we are looking at Taurus energy with this, and I feel like it can give you a gift as well. And it's just going to help you in things that you're working on, things that you're trying to get through, and about finding answers. I feel like you're going to be able to find some answers as well. So this also with this week, with these planets and things that are going to come up, I feel like it's a week of having to be a very creative thinker, or thinking on the spot. If something's not going the right way, it might be that you're having to really think of new ways of doing things as well, and being quite creative and going things around, things not going the right way. So it's like you're going to have to really land on your feet and think quickly. And Jupiter, beginning of the week, will help you with that. So I do feel like there will be some week of surprises. It can be a week where you're being organized and just things and plans sort of not working out to plan. I feel like we're not wanting to listen to others this week. We're really wanting to listen to ourselves and going within and seeing where our answers within. And it's like our spirit, our guides, they won't let us down. They've always got our back. And I feel like it's about deep thought or deep connection with your spirit guides, and connecting with them and getting answers and looking for signs too with how you get your signs or answers with that. Um, and I feel like people are going to be looking about having cut expenses, but worrying about money, and people looking at like I could see like people making their own gardens. I feel like it's going to be about price cutting, where they can save on their budget, and trying to rebalance things out. I also feel like it's going to be a week where people try to be heroes, people trying to save other people. But sometimes, we can't save everybody. And that can be a hard lesson for people to learn that, we want to help people. We want people to be the best that they can be. But sometimes we just can't save everybody. And that sometimes can be very hard for people to sort of realize or even deal with, because we want to help everyone, around us. All right, let's look at the callers. So we got here Kate, who's in California. So hi, Kate, how are you?
Hi, hello. I'm doing okay. Thanks for taking my call.
That's okay. How can I help you today?
So I have a couple of questions. They kind of play into one another. So I am wanting to know if my current partnership relationship is worth working on. Are we compatible? And if not, I have a question about relocation.
Okay. Okay. I'm just hearing someone say I'm not giving in. So I feel like it's from your partner. Is he very like a determined person? Like he doesn't give in easily? Or he doesn't want to give, or he doesn't want to give in to you?
I would say yes. It can be stubborn at times, yes.
Okay, because I keep on hearing I'm not giving in. And it's more to you as well. Because I do see arguing about who's right, who's wrong. And it's like rolling the dice to see where, like, it's like I feel like I'm gambling, like rolling the dice to see where I'm going to land up. Okay, because you're thinking one way, you think differently. So I feel like he's thinking about one way, you're thinking about another way, and it's like it's just at the moment it's not coming together. And I'm doing pros and cons to see if this relationship's worth staying in. Okay, what's going to happen over the next year with this relationship? Look, I feel like I'm backwards and forwards. I feel like I'm on and off. I feel like we're getting to breaking point here. I do see a third person, so perhaps maybe like counseling or someone that's like neutral involved too. And I feel like that might be July that's going to be coming in. Because I feel like you're trying to, like, you're trying to save it, but also someone's trying to grasp at straws here too. But I feel like one of you is very determined, and I feel like could be perhaps you. I feel like someone is like very like Gemini energy, so very like fun, chatty, social person who's a good networker. Um, okay. But you're feeling but there's someone else, this aspect of feeling really trapped. I feel like there's a feeling of feeling that this person, maybe when you met, that this person was it, like this person was your, either like your soulmate or your number two, like your partner. But now it's like sour grapes, as well. Okay. I'm gonna
Yes,
say.
there's been some.
Mhm. Yep.
Oh, I mean, yes, there's been some ups and downs, and I just want to know: is this, is it that, like, is this for my highest good to connect here or work through this, or does it seem that like my destiny seems to be somewhere else?
Okay. What I see, I can't tell you what to do, but what I see for this, I do see that um, you're overcoming the obstacles. But I feel like by November, there's an aspect of perhaps needing to leave. Um, to leave or even move on here. I get like it's like by November, it's like the cord can't be cut until November. So I feel like it's kind of maybe you're giving him a chance, or he's giving you a chance. And until then, I just feel like there's the cord here, and I can't break it. I can't cut the cord. And there's something about November, and these cards were really standing out to me. Which is like one cat here that's sort of leaving on their way, and even a cat coming into the boat. And I just feel like until then, it's like we're waiting for something to happen. We're waiting for things to blossom. I feel like that you both aren't going to change, and the writing is on the wall. But there's something about something about November. Maybe that you're feeling very trapped, or that you're financially you can't move because there's an aspect of trapped here. But I know you're going to overcome this. Like I know. Once you're sort of breaking free, I feel like it's better. I feel like you were meant to be with this person for a certain amount of time. Like there's always lessons to learn, and I do feel like that you're meant to be with him. And so it's not that you've wasted any time. It's just how things have sort of played out for you as well. And um, I kind of feel like he may want you back. Like he may ask for forgiveness. Like I'm seeing, I feel like he's asking forgiveness, please. And I feel like you're trying to try and do everything you can before, if you are going to end it before doing that. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. And like either way, together or separately, we both want to relocate.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know, and that's not tomorrow or anything. It could also be around that time you said or after, but do you pick up anything about that? I'm trying to find my forever home here.
It's okay. It's by the end of the year. I feel by the end of the year you're having to move. I do feel like so you're having to sell. Are you selling? Because I feel like I'm going to sell. Are you selling your current place? Because I feel like I'm good hearing about selling.
Well, this is his place and he wants to rent it.
Okay. He may have to sell it just financially. He may have to sell it because I am hearing about selling it. You'll be fine. Like I see you being very stable with the income that you earn yourself, and I just feel like by the end of the year you're relocating. Where you're going to relocate to? Um, I feel like you're staying in somewhere that is hot. So I know you're in California. I think that's a hot place. I think that's where the beaches are. From what I know, California, I think it is hot. But I feel like you're staying in somewhere hot, and I feel like you're going to be in a neighborhood that has like nice gardens, and everything's properly like laid out. It's it is going to be I feel like it is going to be like a one-story place. It's going to be not humongous, but it's something that's like good for you. And I feel like it is about maybe 4-bedroom home, but I feel like more of a 3-bedroom place. I do feel like it looks like a grey, like it could be brick, but I feel like it's also got like I can see that the cladding, like we call it like the things on the side. But it could be brick as well. You're going to make it you're making it very nice there. On sliding, yeah.
Is there anything else that comes through? Maybe any messages from spirit or anything?
Okay. I just feel like part of you is afraid.
Thank you so much for answering. Thank you very much for answering those questions, by the way.
That's okay. That's okay. I just get like it's like afraid, or I'm just nervous, and it's like I'm almost scared to even just take that next step forward. Because it's part of me, even though I had this feeling of feeling trapped, but I feel secure as well, and it is kind of scared of the unknown. But I feel like once you sort of take the risk and go forward, you're always landing on your feet. Like you're always landing on your feet, like as well. I feel like I've got a father figure here, and it's like a dad or father figure, and he's just saying you land on your feet like a cat. You land on your feet. So once you sort of move
That's very
obstacles,
true what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like the obstacles there, but I feel like you can move them away. And once you do it, you're gonna be fine. And it's also about finding yourself again as well. But I'll leave that there with you, and thank you for calling in today. And I hope I've helped you.
You did, and thank you so much for taking my call.
That's okay. So we've got our next caller here, who's Haley, who's in Atlanta, Georgia. So hi, Haley. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
Yes, I was wondering if me and my ex, Chris, will get back together, and if so, I was wondering if that will last.
Okay, let's have a look. I feel like there's a sneakiness with this person. Like I kind of feel like when you were first talking, I kind of feel like no, like I was done, like no, but then I feel like I'm peering at you, or I'm kind of looking. So I don't know if he looks at your social media, or looks at you. I feel like he puts on like a brave face or a brave front on, but underneath that, but inside, he's like a little boy or a child, and not knowing what he wants. But I also feel like you're like a nurturer, so I feel like you're the energy of wanting to sort of maybe look after or nurture and making sure that he's okay. Because I feel like this person comes back when things are not when things something's broken. So maybe it comes up when there's a problem or it's broken. Um, and then once he sort of heals, it's like, is this off and on? Is this an off and on relationship?
Yes, it has been.
Because I just feel like he comes back when things are broken, and then once he's healed and he's back to his like, I can see it's like a mindset like Leo, like big chest out. He's sort of like, no, I'm on my way, I'm done. Um, so you act as like it's like you're a healer with this man or this person. Let's have a look here.
Okay.
And I just feel like you don't want to be mucked around. I feel like with you, it's driving you crazy. Like you just want to have your solid one. And I feel like you do love this person,
Yeah.
and it's like almost how can I go on without them? But it's like a double-edged sword with this man. It's like how can you like tie him, like how to tie him down almost. Something about a cycle that needs to stop, because I feel like this causes you a lot of heartache and a lot of grief here. And it's like um he doesn't get the same. Like it's not the same for him. It's not the same for him.
Yeah.
Long term, I don't know. I feel like long term, I'm not hearing a yes for this. I feel like a cycle needs to be broken here. I feel like that it's going to be coming back around too many times, and that's when someone's going to have to either pull the cord. I do feel like there's going to come back at least one, maybe two more times of this to come around. I do feel like Leo, like a
Okay.
line. Like, so I don't know if one of you guys are like a Leo, or we're looking at someone who's a big heart, loves family, but has an ego about them. It's about them. And okay, I was talking like about one child. Do you have a child? You got a child or not yet?
Yes, I have a child.
Oh, okay, because it's like, is he the father of the child? No,
No, he's not.
no. Okay, because I was like thinking about the child, and I know the child is your attention, and I feel like you do give the child your full attention. And you are very like you guys said, like a nurturer. You look after it, but then it's this. So it's almost like when he comes it back, he got like two children, too. It's I kind of heard that saying. I don't know if you have a saying over there. It's called "once bitten, twice shy." Um, Unfortunately, I feel like this man's going to, or this person, there's just more heartache with this person. I just feel like it's very frustrating for you because you're fully invested into this. But I feel like you're fixing. It's like you're fixing him, and then when he's all better, he's it's like a cycle. He's doing it again, um, for you or to you. Want to say, but in
Yeah.
terms of future relationships for you, I do feel like that. I feel like that there could be someone else coming in for you. Um, I'm not getting. I
Okay.
feel like it's when you've healed from this relationship. I do feel like it could be like a cancer. So you're looking at someone that might be a bit of a homebody, but a nurturer as well. Cancerians also have big hearts, and they're also family signs. They'll stand, they'll defend their family and get quite protective of their
Yeah.
family, Cancerian. But they also are giving, but they're natural healers as well. So I feel like you might get someone who's either like a Cancer or a Cancer sign. I do feel like this person will be quite tall, slim. I feel like they've got dark brown hair. Something about their eyebrows. So I feel like something about the eyebrows with this person. Either they play
Okay.
football or like football, because I see them, like a foot, like with the football top playing football. So I don't know if it's like a
Okay.
football player, it's for fun, or that
Mhm.
you like thinking about football. I am seeing like it's like a white and blue shirt. So I don't know if that's any any teams over there with those colors. I'm not too sure. But this this man is not broken. He's fully like this man is he's just like he's fine. He's fine. There's nothing you need to fix with this person. He's fine. He's there. He's there for you. I feel like he will like your. Is it a son? Do you have a son?
And what did you say?
You have a son?
I have a daughter.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like there's something about a son. So I don't know if this person has a son, but something about a son. Um, Maybe there's a little boy around him, but it's like I see him as being he'll be a good parent, like giving things to him as well. And you'll be very safe with
Right.
this person. Like I feel safe as well. I feel like the other person that you've got, um, I feel like maybe he has some addictions or some things that he needs to look at to heal. There's a lot of healing for the current person that you have to that needs to get done as well.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps. Do you have any other questions for me?
Yes, I do. So do you think I will be getting a job anytime soon?
Okay, I should get a job. Should get a job. Okay, I just feel like panicking. I just feel like I'm panicking. I'm looking everywhere for a job, and I feel like I'm really panicking here. Um, and I just hear like, "Don't panic." I just hear, "Don't panic." I'm going to say by September, you've found there's something there. I feel like there's money coming to you in September. Before September, I feel like you might get some like odd jobs, or you're very savvy, so I feel like you might do like washing, like something for people, like whether it be like I'm actually seeing you doing like washing. Like doing people's washing for money. And I sometimes hear, I've heard it here where people pay ladies to do their iron and wash their clothes. But I just feel like you're quite savvy and you're going to find ways around things. But I do see like money coming to you in September, and I do see a new contract being signed. So I do feel like there's a job there for you in September. But before then, you're being quite savvy, and I feel like you're helping people out for money too.
Okay.
Okay. I hope you have a. Thank you for
appreciate
calling.
that.
That's okay.
Yes, thank you for speaking to me.
That's all right. So I think there's a common thing about is money that's coming up here. Even for myself this week, thinking about finances and that, and it's coming up a lot for people. But I hope you've all enjoyed the show, and I have a good week ahead as always. And if you'd like to contact me, you can. On my website is Lady D Psychic Parties, or my Facebook page is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram and TikTok is Lady D Psychic. And my YouTube is Lady D. If you can't find out that, look up Danielle Psychic. Okay, so thank you everybody, and I'll see you next time. So bye for now.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now back to A1R on the air, Psychic Talk Radio now on Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Understanding Spirit. We're going to continue with our development for a few more weeks, and then I will be jumping into